My salutations to everyone once again. Pranam. Religion in the Meta era. Hinduism has no issues on it. Because we have two beautiful systems which we have practiced, and that's what made Hinduism a relevant religion even today, after being there for few decades, few thousand decades together. Living civilization. That is because we have these two concepts called Shruti and Smriti. Shruti is the eternal truth, which the rishis have heard in their meditation, in their silence, in their stillness, what was revealed to them, that is called Shruti. That Hindus retain as it is. But the presentation of the Shruti changes time to time, and that is called Smriti. From time to time, we make changes, how to present that Shruti. So Smriti is progressive, if you see. Shruti is eternal values. Smriti would change time to time. And that's one of the reasons. This adaptability in Hindu culture is what made Hinduism relevant even today. We have stood the test of time, and we are here still. How do we go about? I'll just share two experience. Some time ago, in our youth wing, we celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi during the pandemic time. And it was virtual celebration, and Ganesha has to go and be immersed. So we created a system on the net where each one can desire where they want to immerse Ganesha. It can be in Ganga, it can be in Mansarovar. So the children were fascinated, and they pick up their Ganesha, virtual Ganesha, travel all the way using the Google Maps, etc., and reach a particular location and drop Ganesha there to immerse. And once Ganesha goes in, the line which comes up is form to formless. And now this is a way. The spirit of worshipping form, transcending and going beyond form, is part of Shruti. Smriti is how you use it as virtual reality, technology, anything. So this is the way we have to do. And we have another concept which would be very, very helpful for the coming years particularly. In our temple, we have created an exclusive space for children. Children come to the temple. It's an exclusive space for them where they can touch the Lord, hug the Lord, and speak what you want. And we have a group of people guiding them how to do it. So when the child comes to the temple, there is Ganesha and Vyasa, first segment, where the child goes and prays. The volunteer there tells the child, you go pray to Ganesha. He will remove obstacles in your life and ask what you want. And also we speak about Vyasa, the Mahabharata. So they get an idea of this epic. And here we tell the child, pray for yourself. First prayer. Then there is a sliding board. The children slide through. Parents are all not allowed. They are outside. This space is only for below 12 years. So the child slides through, goes to Krishna. And there we guide the child about Krishna, a small guided meditation. And we tell the child, now pray for one of your family members. First you prayed for yourself. Now pray for one of your family members. So the child prays. Today I pray for my mother. Tomorrow I pray for my father, grandmother. It goes on. One person. Then they climb up. We have created a small hill. They climb up, and there Lord Muruga is there, Shanmuga, Kartikeya. and he is commander-in-chief of gods. So we tell the children, now pray here for the Indian Army. Pray for them. A 5-year-old, a 7-year-old gets this idea that I must be grateful to the defense forces. Be it Air Force, be it Navy, Army, pray for them. Pick up one person and there will be a guide saying, today it looks like so-and-so's birthday or this family, pray for them. Then they move little ahead. We have Saraswati and Brahma together. And here the child is told, pray for your teachers. Somebody who has taught you when you were in kindergarten. And someone who has taught you anything. Someone who has taught you how to do cycling or how to swim. All the teachers who have influenced you on life, pick up one person and pray because you have to be grateful to them. The fourth prayer. And the fifth, they go to Lakshmi and Vishnu. We talk about the Trinity also. We tell them, what is Trinity in Hindu culture? And then we say, pray to Lakshmi and Vishnu for your relatives, because that was our strength. We were a joint family. When our schools, Patashalas, Gurukulas were all destroyed, Hindu culture still survived because we lived as a family together. That was the last defense we had. So there the knowledge was imparted and the parampara was kept on. So we say, now try at least. In your prayer, include your cousin, your aunt, someone, because that's our strength. Pray for your family members, your relatives, etc. The sixth prayer where Shiva and Parvati is there, and we tell them the significance of what is Shiva Parvati, and then we say, here you pray for the people who have served you. It could be Ayama in your school who takes care of the toilets. It could be the watchman. It could be so many people. It could be the vegetable vendor who comes and offers you the vegetables. Pray for the people from whom you have received services. Sevaks in your life. Pray for them. And the next is Ram Parivar. We explain about Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughna, Sita, Hanuman, etc. And Valmiki, Lavakusha, all of them are there in that section. Here we tell them, pray for your friends. And your friends are just not humans. Your friends are also birds and animals, plants and trees. Now, Shruti is Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahma. Everything is divine. Smriti is how you break it and tell the children. So we created this system. So we tell the child to bring this value when the child is 3 years, 4 years old, that I must consider this entire planet as one family, but my loka is this such small loka. My uncle, my aunt, you pray. The same concept, which is an abstract statement, for a child to comprehend, pray for the entire universe. How would the child break up? The child's world is small. So the family values, etc., can be retained by bringing in innovation, keeping in mind what would be applicable to that age. Yesterday, after seeing the virtual discussion, I suggest India Foundation can take up next year's Ganesh Chaturthi. What we did was a very ordinary way. But you can use the technology, bring up an app by which a child celebrates Ganesh Chaturthi virtually and can go and immerse somewhere and they can have a route and understand the whole place. It can be done much more with technology. As the technology increases, advances, we must know to use it. In that, Hinduism has no problem combining tradition and technology together, Shruti and Smriti. We'll bring them together and that's easy. Going further on this discussion, one of the points which we need to talk is family. I told you, when you bring in a child, give them the value that you pray for yourself, for your family, your relatives, to the nation, to the army, it expands. What is Hinduism's stand when it comes to issues like gender in the coming age. What does Hinduism stand? Because this question people keep asking. Gender riots and various things which happens, what does Hindu stand? Remember, this is part of Smriti. It can keep changing time to time. But what is Shruti saying? Shruti says very clearly, don't look at an individual only at the physical level. Hindu stand I'm talking about. Don't look at a person only at the physical level. At the physical level, one can be a man or a woman, male, female. You are far more beyond. Dehatraya, mind and intellect, causal body, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, all that constitutes. And beyond all that is the Jiva, which has taken a body. So Shruti tells us to look at each one as a Jiva, which has adopted a body for this particular lifetime, this age, this incarnation. Next incarnation, it may change. All of us, particularly the religions from the East, believe in reincarnation. And in reincarnation, the jiva takes different journeys. Sometimes can be human, sometimes can be plants, sometimes can be animals. In human, it can be man, woman, different. So the roles which the rishis have given are for a specific gender in one particular birth, and it can change. So what does Shruti stand on this? Shruti stand is transcend. You have a body. What is the purpose of your birth? Your purpose of your birth is you have come here to attain the highest. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Go through it, transcend the body. Don't just identify with the gender. This is Shruti. So much fuss is made in identification only with a gender. The Rishi's knowledge is very simple. That's only a tool. That's only a body. You are far more beyond. Take a stand. Look at the body and go beyond. So it's beautiful actually when Hastamalaka, one of the foremost disciples of Adi Shankara, when he met Adi Shankara, interesting conversation. And the people who were living around Hastamalaka, they thought Hastamalaka was a duffer, a quiet person who never spoke to anybody, was not even talking, was by himself, living in his own world. And they really thought he was challenged, probably retarded or something. Shankara looked at him and said, delight me with your answers. Who are you and from where have you come? Kim namate kuta agatosi. Who are you and from where have you come? People around said, Maharaj, he can't speak. He's been dumb all the life. Shankara smiled. And Hastamalaka looks at him and smiles. And first time Hastamalaka speaks. Naham manushye nachadeva yakshaha. Na brahmana kshatriya vaishya shudra. Na brahmachari na grihi na vanastaha. Bhikshur na chaham nija bodha rupaha. What does that mean? Naham manushya. Nacha deva yakshaha. I'm not a human being, nor a deva, nor a yaksha. Na brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. I don't belong to these four castes also. Nor the varnas, brahmachari, grahastha, vanastaha. I don't belong to that too. I am pure consciousness. Shruti looks at us, no matter what body we have, as pure consciousness. The jiva is that no matter what body we take, we exhaust those tendencies, walk through the path of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and reach the higher. This is a permanent solution. Duties may differ, age to age, time to time, but goal of life cannot differ. So in gender conflict, generally what people have is different duties, etc. They become much more easy if our vision becomes a goal of life. I have taken this particular body to get there, to evolve. And the Shruti tells clearly The goal of life is to reach divine. Born human, by the time death happens, be divine. This is evolution. This is the goal. So, how does Shruti look at gender is very clear. It is a tool you have. Don't identify too much with it. There are layers far beyond that, which is real you. Transcend to that. I think if this knowledge, the Shruti vision of human beings, if that can be brought down at the child level onwards, I think this much of confusion on gender, the rights, the duties, all that will come down. Because primarily we will understand our duty is to reach that. And that was what our civilization is. When we have moved far away, today it looks like a distant goal. But if we can re-educate, reboot the basics of Hindu structure into our schools, etc., these concepts, these ideas will drop. Because the higher the goal, the lower aspects are no more a trouble. When I do not have a higher goal, lower aspects of life, one aspect of life becomes the issue. Higher the goal, the small issues will drop off. So on gender, this is how the Shruti looks at. On family, we see the whole world as one family. Marriage, what does Hindu stand? Looks at it as an ashram, helping one another to evolve. So the goal should be the higher. Then, whether it is marriage, whether it is any gender issues, whether it is family, everything will fall in place. So in the coming age, meta era, use technology and keep Shruti intact. We as humans would evolve faster. Thank you very much.